Today's video is all about hydration. It is something that a lot of people neglect. They think about their food, think about the training, supplementation. However, all around the world, I see people not drinking enough fluids or drinking the wrong types of fluids. So you may think that you're hydrating with a coffee, but there's a couple of problems that may be hidden underneath. Number one, if it's caffeinated, caffeine acts like a diuretic. So it helps you actually pee more. So you're going to be losing hydration within your body. So if you do drink a coffee, try to have it decaffeinated if possible. And if you do have a caffeinated coffee, make sure that you chase that with a couple of glasses of water following. So moving on to sodas like a Diet Coke, don't even think that because it's a Diet Coke that this is going to hydrate you. Again, you get a lot of the unwanted sweeteners and you're going to get caffeine, which are very synthesized, and you don't want that in your system. Things like orange juice, people think they are healthy, maybe so to a certain degree, but they're full of sugar. It's condensed fruits, you know, such as an orange juice. That's a lot of sugar that you're having in there. Okay, it may be a natural form of sugar, which is fructose. However, that's a lot of sugar that you have to burn off. So I'd recommend that you stay away from all your juices. I try to go for bottled water whenever I possibly can, dependent on the place that I am, you know, or traveling. I'm not too sure of the water that I'm drinking, whether it's well water or whatever. And I try to stay away from too much contaminants and chlorine. So I always try to go for bottled water whenever I can. Your performance is going to really rely upon your fluid intake. A lot of the time I've trained clients in the past, it's not that they're overtrained or their nutrition hasn't been perfect. A lot of the time, if they're underperforming, it's because they haven't been drinking enough water. So you got to make sure that you're drinking a good few bottles a day. And if you are in like a humid sort of climate and you're sweating a lot, then maybe you need to be drinking a gallon a day just to make sure that you are hydrated. And, you know, think of the water as, or your body as a radiator, and it needs a cooling system. It needs that fluid to allow that your engine to perform correctly. So always make sure that you're drinking throughout the day. Never wait until you are thirsty, because that's probably a sign that you're already going through dehydration. Always make sure that you never fall into that environment where you are thirsty. Always carry your water around with you at all times, and then you're going to be that much more conscious of it. What is in my gallon jug? And what should be in your gallon jug? It's not a meathead thing. It's not a bodybuilder thing to walk around with a gallon jug all day. It makes sense. So what I recommend that you put within your gallon jug is what's called HydroCharge. Yes, it hydrates and it defends against free radical damage. In this HydroCharge, you have a full spectra blend of antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, and you also have coconut water powder in here, which is a personal favorite of mine. And also I have 1 gram of taurine in there, which is absolutely fantastic for mental clarity. So I will put, personally, 3 scoops of HydroCharge in my gallon jug. Give that a mix and drink. It completely dissolves, it's soluble in your water, and it tastes absolutely fantastic. Now, one of the reasons why it's beneficial of doing this is if it tastes good, you're likely to drink much more of it. So quite often you forget about drinking your water, and you know, what's the attraction of drinking it? There really isn't much. Where that tastes really good. And within this, you can guarantee it's very healthy for you as well. We don't have any artificial colors or any artificial flavors within this. Now, me personally, I like to add a few other things to my gallon jug, and this is me. So glutamine is obviously of benefit to everybody. It's great for your digestion, great for your immune system, and great to counteract catabolism, which is the loss of muscle. So I like to put 4 scoops of glutamine within my gallon jug, and I'll drink that throughout the day. Branched chain amino acids that are essential to your body through exercise, and your body's not going to create them yourself. Now, branched chain amino acids normally taste and smell like death, and with it being microencapsulated in the caged muscle, it disguises around 75% of that taste. And when you mix it with the HydroCharge, you pretty much can't taste it at all. Third thing that I like to add within it on non-training days, because I take a pre-caged and re-caged, which is my pre-workout and post-workout supplements on training days, so I add 4 scoops of citrulline within there as well, which gives me 8 grams of pure citrulline. Now what this does, it helps shuttle the blood around my body, which acts like a great transporter of the nutrients. With that blood vasodilation, I'm always getting a blood flow to all the localized areas, especially the localized areas that I've worked, that I've trained, that I have scar tissue within because I've pounded it in the gym. So that always helps. Another thing, looks like a lot, doesn't it? That I add to it are a couple of caps of L-carnitine. So sometimes I'll add about 4 caps, which will give me 6 grams of L-carnitine. And I just break the caps off and I just pour it in there like that, because it's so much easier then for me to remember that I've taken my L-carnitine if it's all mixed together. Lastly, on my non-training days, I add creatine HCl. Creatine HCl doesn't require that much fluid to be transported around the body. So about 10 mil of fluid to be precise. Now this will give me the extra energy and the output within the gym. So when I go into the gym, if I'm normally performing say 12 reps, I can possibly now get a 13th rep. It's that 1, 2, 3 last reps that you really struggle on, the ones that are going to give you the gains. And because you've got the HydroCharge in there as a flavoring system, it tastes great. Cheers.